So you've got a pool table, and at some point you've probably looked at that beautiful, massive thing and thought, how in the world would I ever move this? And more importantly, what's it going to cost me? Well, let's break it down.
All right, let's get right to it. For a standard 3-piece slate table, moving it locally with a pro team, you're typically looking at a range between $550 and $950. Now that's for the whole shebang, a full-service move done right.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. That's a pretty wide range, right? What exactly am I paying for? And that's a great question. So let's pull back the curtain and look at what's really behind those numbers, because it'll help you see why hiring a pro is such a big deal for your table.
To really understand the cost, you gotta understand the table. And let me tell you, the heart, the soul, and pretty much all the weight of your table comes down to one thing: the slate. It is, without a doubt, the single biggest factor in any moving quote. So what is slate, really? Well, it's this massive, incredibly heavy, and surprisingly brittle piece of stone. I mean, think about it. The playing surface alone can weigh over 1,000 pounds. It's that crazy combination of sheer weight and fragility that makes this a job for specialists, not your average moving crew. And this is where you can really see how the slate's design changes everything. That standard 3-piece slate we mentioned, the kind that comes apart, that fits right into that first price range we talked about. But a 1-piece slate, whoa, that is a completely different animal. Moving one giant, heavy slab is way riskier, it takes more people, special dollies, and that's exactly why you see the cost jump so much.
Now, of course, the slate isn't the only thing that goes into the quote. The size of your table, whether it's a 7, 8, or 9-footer matters, obviously how far we're moving it, and a big one is accessibility. You've got stairs? Trust me, every flight of stairs is a major challenge, and it'll usually add somewhere between $50 and $125 to the job. Even things like a complex ball return system take extra time to disassemble and reassemble properly.
And all this brings us to that big question I know is on your mind. Can I just do it myself? We get it. The idea of saving a few $100 is always tempting. But when you're talking about a slate pool table, going the DIY route can be, and I'm not exaggerating here, a truly catastrophic mistake. Let's be real about the trade-off here. The appeal, yeah, you save some money up front, but the reality is just a laundry list of nightmares. You've got a super high risk of someone getting seriously hurt. You could crack that slate, which is basically irreplaceable. You'll instantly void any manufacturer's warranty you had, and the kicker? If anything goes wrong, you have absolutely zero insurance to cover the damage.
Look, it really boils down to this. Moving a pool table isn't about raw strength. It's about technique, precision, and having the right tools for the job. There's a saying in our business that's just so true. 2 guys with a pickup truck do not constitute a professional mover. So when you hire a professional, what are you actually paying for? It's not just labor. You are paying for peace of mind. You're paying for a guarantee that protects your investment and makes sure your table plays perfectly the second we're done.
A professional move is this careful 4-step process. First, we do a precision disassembly, making sure every single rail, pocket, and screw is handled with care. Then, it's all about secure, padded transport. After that comes the expert reassembly. But honestly, the final step is the most important of all: flawless leveling. We use a machinist's level, this incredibly precise tool, to get that surface perfectly flat. Because if it's not level, the ball just won't roll true. It's as simple as that. And, any mover who's worth their salt is going to stand by that work. We offer a level warranty, usually for about 30 days. It just gives you that confidence, knowing that if the table settles a tiny bit in its new spot, we'll come right back and make it perfect. So what's the real cost to move a pool table? In the end, it's not just about the dollar amount. It's the price of certainty. It's knowing that your table is going to be handled by experts from start to finish, so it arrives safe, sound, and perfectly leveled, ready for that satisfying crack of a perfect break in its new home. That's the professional guarantee.